Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Shona Brett. I'm 18 years old and I've had quite a traumatic life, and I'm doing this channel to help people understand what I'm going through and to help my recovery and to explain a bit more about my story. I will add some fun videos in, like, just so you don't get like really down, because that's the last thing I'd want. So, my mum was 20 years old and fell pregnant with me. She had a liver condition. She had biliary atresia, and it's where the bile duct where the stomach and liver go. It basically blocked, and she had a surgery called Kasai surgery, which is just a little incision and then they make a tube out of like a vein in your thigh or something like that. So she got a scar from that. She had me 6 weeks early to C-section, and she got told by King's College, which is where I was born and where her liver specialists are, that she'd have to have me 6 weeks premature, because if she went full term it would have put too much on the liver, too much like pressure on the liver, and could potentially kill my mum. I'm fine like now, but when I was little I did have a few problems. So my mum on 29th of April drove up to King's College. Well, my granddad drove her to get ready to have me. I was born, but my mum couldn't hug me. She couldn't come near me. Well, she could come near me, but she couldn't hug me, because I had to go into intensive care straight away, because I was 6 weeks prem, which means I was still quite fragile, and my mum had to have injections before I was born to produce my lungs. 6 months later, my dad had left her. I was 6 months old. My dad walked out on us for another woman, a 16-year-old girl, who then he got pregnant, who then had my 3 half sisters. I wasn't aware, because at that age you don't really know what's going on in your life, kind of thing. You're still growing. Yeah. It got to 8 or 9. My dad came walking in, and then cut them up later, said bye, I'm done. That was typical for my dad, and still is to this day. So I grew up blaming myself. Why does he not want me? What have I done so wrong? Is it because I'm not perfect? Because I have tantrums? Because I was a typical child? He then called my mum, and my mum said, why do you not bother with her? she's your daughter. Because she's not a boy. I wanted a boy. I wanted a son. Kind of like Henry VIII. A bit like he wanted an heir to carry on his name. He also registered me without my mum's consent. So my actual full name is Shona Jane Ann Cranley. But I hate having his surname because he ain't in my life. And I don't get on with him. So it's kind of, I haven't had it changed by default. But it is Brett. And then when I was 11, he came walking back in my life. Said, I'm back. Again. I was like, you can walk out this time. You're going to leave me and mum again. Guys, no. My mum was with my stepdad at this point. My dad and my stepdad hated each other. They do not get along. And my mum, in the November I think, got a call from King's College saying they had a liver available. My nan woke me up. Now, a few weeks prior to my mum receiving that call, she told me it was a 50-50 operation. 50% chance she could live and 50% chance she could die. Now that's a lot to cope with for any 11-year-old. Or 10, 11-year-old. That it is a lot to deal with. So I didn't, like, my nan came in my room, turned my light on and went, I've got to go to mum. Now me thinking, oh no, she's fallen ill. She probably needs to go to hospital. My nan then tells me, King's College have rung her. I was like, oh no. Why? And she told me that my mum had got a liver and it belonged to someone who, it belonged to this man. Sorry about that. But yeah. So my nan went there 1 o'clock in the morning. Ambulance took them both up to King's. They did test to see if the liver was compatible with my mum. The bloke that gave my mum her liver was the same blood group as my mum. Now my mum has a rare blood group, which makes she had priority to get a liver. And it was compatible. So she was in theatre for 14 hours. I went to school because I needed the distractions and reassurance. But I just couldn't concentrate. I was in tears. My friends were like, what's wrong? Go home. You shouldn't be here. I was like, yeah, well, I need the distractions. Otherwise I would have just been at home dwelling. My nan phones us and said that she was pulled through. She was put in ICU, intensive care unit, for 48 hours. So my mum was in intensive care, wired up to every machine possible, heart, lungs, the whole shebang, pretty much. My dad went up and saw her and scared the life out of me and said, "She's wired up to everything, you wouldn't even recognise it's your mum." Now, being only 10, I wasn't allowed to go in and see her. But my nan reassured me that she was okay. Doctors kept checking up. A week after having a transplant, my mum gets up and walks around the ward and is sitting up in a chair. She'd recovered so quickly, and when her liver condition, when she still got it, but she got a new liver, but it made her yellow, where she was so ill, so she was jaundiced. My granddad, when he went up to see her, walked straight past her because she had colour in her. I went up a few weeks later and saw her, and I was so happy that I gave her the biggest cuddle in the world because I knew I had my mum. I know it's scary, and it really is when your mum is in hospital and she is lying there attached to every machine. It's not nice. You just need support, family around you, and friends, and good people in your life. My mum then come home, went through, as I got older, so year 10, dated a few people, did not go right. Hey ho. Secondary went by, exams. My exams weren't easy, I struggled, had that attitude of, I can't do it, I'm not doing it, I give up. Still have that attitude to this day, but for a different reason. Results day came, I was fine. Then reality hit, I'm off to college. I loved college, I adored it. It was amazing. Made lots of friends. Went through a few tricky relationships then. But beginning of this year, I was in a horrible, fucked up, not very nice relationship. Now here's where the sensitive content comes in. Beginning of this year, I lashed out at my family for some unknown reasons. My uncle-in-law told my auntie, "That's not Shona. She needs to go and get tested. She's acting the way that I'm acting. I think she's got a mental health illness." Now, for your family member to go to your mum and nan and say that, hit my family hard. It took me time to realise that maybe I could have. So I booked an appointment at the doctor's and went and saw my doctor. he then did this quiz. It came back with a high score. I had just been diagnosed with chronic depression and anxiety. That is not what any 18-year-old girl, or 17 when I got diagnosed, wants to hear. But I heard it. I remember I just walked out of the doctor's room silently. Because I didn't know how to react. He'd referred me to my matters, being that I was 18, in a couple of months. They then wrote me a letter saying you're too young for us. Try CAMS. Now, the reason my doctor didn't refer me to CAMS in the first place is because I was 18 in a couple of months, and he didn't reckon they would take me on. So, CAMS, we wrote an email to CAMS together. But when I went back, I got them put on a 50mg dose of antidepressants. Just until counselling got back to me. A week later, I was back down the doctor's because I decided that I felt so low. That I decided to cut myself. But yeah, and I had been diagnosed with that, and I was on drugs. Well, antidepressants, 50mg of citralline, they're called. My boyfriend at the time wasn't the best person to help me in my recovery. Told him that I'd self-harmed, and he had seen them on me, that if I'd self-harm one more time, he would leave. He mentally abused me. He couldn't cope. So we broke up on and off. And then I decided the last time we broke up that I just needed to focus on myself for a bit. But a month later, when I was about to lose hope and when I was about to give up, the most amazing person that could ever walk in my life and change it for the better was here. We had met through mutual friends. Then I opened up to him and I said, do you know what, I really like you. He liked me too. And I asked him out, and he's honestly the best boyfriend ever. He's always there for me. he supports me, he knows everything about me, he knows the past that I've had, and he's helping me through my mental health. And at the moment, I am going through such a bad patch with my mental health. My dosage has just been increased. And I'm struggling with counselling. And even though I want to give up, that boy that I love so deeply hasn't let me. And I thank him so much for that. I honestly do. Because if it wasn't for him, I would have gave up. Thank you for listening.